Few things have captured the wonder and imaginations of children and adults alike as a geode. Each one is unique and like a tiny universe that can be held in the palm of your hands. Some of the most common questions I get, though, are: what is a geode? How do geodes form? And where can they be found? Let's dive into these. Geodes are independent, often round or bubbly-looking rocks that have a hollow cavity inside, which has been lined with crystals. They can also commonly be filled in entirely, and be solid. Some people refer to these as nodules, but that name is inconsistently used, and in my opinion, if it comes from a geode bed, it's a geode. Another term that is commonly confused with a geode is vug. Vugs are not geodes, as they are not independent from their host rock, meaning a geode can be pulled away from the rock that it was found in due to its thick walls, whereas a vug is intrinsically a part of its matrix or host rock. So now that we know what a geode is, how do they form? Geodes can be delineated into two main categories based on how they form: igneous and sedimentary. If you remember from your high school earth science classes, these are two of the three types of rocks. Let's look at the first one, igneous. Simply meaning that it is the result of some kind of volcanic process. Geodes that form in this manner are a result of vesicles, bubbles that formed in the lava as it was cooling that never made it to the surface, but left behind a cavity for crystals to line over time. All geodes, including sedimentary, are porous until a certain point in their formation, and this allows water to pass through and deposit crystals, whether it be from rainwater or hydrothermal activity. If you're wondering how a geode might have water in it, this is one likely answer. The geode filled in enough to stop being porous, and some water was trapped inside. The other type of geode forms from sedimentary processes, usually as the result of decaying organic matter in an aqueous environment. This happens today. Say a fish is removed from the census. That fish will then begin to chemically attract sand, silt, and sediment, eventually forming a little ball. It could be mud or siltstone or whatever. This can happen with roots and all kinds of other things, mind you. Most sedimentary geodes found today begin as the result of mass extinction events in our Earth's history. And these events wiped out a tremendous amount of sea life. The resulting mud balls that formed were covered up by sand, silt, and sediment and eventually became nodules. Those nodules, being made of softer materials, eroded away and left cavities for crystals to line over time. If you've ever seen somebody breaking open a nodule and finding a fossil inside, it's the same concept, only the nodule didn't erode away in that case. Geodes are formed with a wide variety of different materials, the most common being varieties of quartz. Each locality generally has a range of materials commonly associated with the geodes found there. So where are geodes found? As we've covered, they form from very distinct geological functions. So while they are found all over the earth, they are not found everywhere. You're typically not going to walk out into your backyard and just find a geode unless you're in a place where geodes were formed. I highly recommend finding the nearest gem and mineral club or society in your area. They will have much more accurate information on where you live. For instance, I live in Missouri. The geodes found here are in an area consisting of basically the northeastern portion of the state. But if you're in other parts of the state, it's much more rare to find a geode. California, for instance, has a few geode beds, but the most plentiful ones are in Imperial and Riverside counties. So if you want to search for geodes, get in touch with the club. And as always, remember to be safe and lawful. Collecting in the wild can have dangers if you're not prepared. Take a buddy. Let people know where you're going, and be prepared with snacks and emergency supplies. Anyway, I hope this helped, and thanks for watching. If you don't want to brave snakes, spiders, and the fiery ball in the sky trying to Bundy us all, check out my website, mooneyfinemineral.com, and I'll see you in the next one.